What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Real Banksy. And today we are going to be doing a video on my predictions of the Premier League. Let's get started. So this is the current Premier League table. Obviously Man City at the top, and then in the relegation places Norwich, Newcastle and Burnley. And who I think is going to be in 20th place has got to be Norwich. They just don't have anybody really good on their team. I mean, like, they had Cantwell doing well last time they were in the Premier League. Pukki was absolutely insane. I mean, Krul has been okay for them again, but you go down here and there's nobody really. Wait, who's this guy? Who's that guy? Wait, what? Wait, why is there this darts player that's 76 years old on Norwich? Wait, what? Is he there? Yeah, there's like this guy that's on like Norwich. He's like a 76-year-old darts player. What? Why the hell is he playing for Norwich? Is he there? Yeah, he's on Norwich. Are all these guys footballers? Yeah, this guy's a footballer. Is this guy? Yeah, he's a footballer. Why is this guy? Why is he on Norwich? What? But as you can tell, they don't really have anybody that good. They're desperate enough to buy a 76-year-old former darts player guy. I mean, like, if you buy him, then you know you got a bad team. So for me, in 19th place, I've got to put the team that's currently in 20th place, but have played 4 less games than Norwich, Burnley. Like, the team, they have Cornet, Tarkowski, Pope and goal, but nobody else really. I mean, Cornet's been their man, Tarkowski's done well for them, but I mean, like, nobody else, unless there's anybody down here, like, nobody else has like really performed for them. They need like Cornet and Tarkowski nearly left them. This guy nearly left them. I mean, Cornet, who's done well. He's been their powerhouse up front. But I mean, nobody amazing on their team. Okay, so guys, in 18th place. This may come as a big shock to people. They've never been out of the Premier League. But I think Everton are going to get relegated. They've just lost Luca Dini, which is absolutely massive for them. Their manager's been sacked just now. I mean, like, Richarlison has been good for them. Richarlison's been good for them. Demarai Gray has been good for them. Demarai Gray's been really good. But nobody else really. I mean, Pickford. We all know Pickford can perform. Sigurdsson's gone to jail, so I mean, like, yeah. Calvert-Lewin's been okay, I guess. But that's probably about it for them. Yeah. So in 17th place for me, again, this may come as a shock to some people since they're so high up at the moment, but I think Brentford, who are currently in 14th, will drop all the way down to 17th because they didn't really sign anybody in the last transfer window. So I think that they might drop all the way down to 17th because if you look at their players, Ivan Toney's been their man. Ivan Toney's completely been their man. Like, there's nobody really else on their team except for Toney. If he can perform, then their team is going to be good. But, like, on his day, he can be really good. But he needs to have his day. So, I mean, nobody really amazing on Brentford. Yeah, I mean, like, nobody amazing on Brentford. I think that's why they'll drop down to 17th. But in 16th for me, I've got to put Watford. Watford, I mean, they've been doing well. They've just been promoted. Josh King's been doing well for them. King and Dennis have been doing really, really well for them. If you don't know who Dennis is this guy. But Ben Foster, he's like 38 years old now, but he's still doing well for them. He can still be on some people's fantasy football teams. Sar's young. He's doing well for them. Sar can keep this up because he's only young too. But nobody else really. It's mainly just a few of those players that'll get a mention. But now in 15th place, I believe. Is it 15th place? Yeah, 15th place. A team that is currently in the relegation places that I still haven't mentioned. Newcastle. Newcastle currently in 19th place. They're probably going to drop down to 20th once Burnley have played all of their games out. But I think that they can get all the way back up out of the relegation places and in to 15th because of some of their new signings they've just made. I don't know what. Hang on a moment. What was that? Let's get back onto them. But they have just signed two massive players for the team. Chris Wood and Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier is an absolutely massive signing for them. And there have been players that have really, really performed for them. Saint-Maximin has been absolutely incredible. He's been really good. Callum Wilson's been good for them. But I think with Trippier and Chris Wood, this isn't updated, so Chris Wood won't appear, but trust me, he's in the team. But two massive signings for them. With Saint-Maximin and Wood up front, with Wilson, I think they could do good. And Trippier in the back line, I think this team has some potential. So my 15th place team has got to be Leeds United. They're currently in 15th. I think they will stay in 15th with teams going down and overtaking them. But I think that Leeds are probably going to get 15th, I'd say. Oh no, it's not 15th, it's 14th. So Leeds will actually go up a position to 14th. Because looking at their team, Rafinha, Phillips, Bamford, names that all jump out instantly at you. They're three big guys. Obviously, Phillips in the England national team. Rafinha used to play for Bayern Munich, I think. And Patrick Bamford, he did well for them last season. He did. Luke Ayling as well down there. They have some good players on their team. They have some good potential moving forward. But I think this year they won't quite make the top half. I think 14th for Newcastle this year. And in 13th for me, dropping down at one position, I will put Southampton. I think that they have pretty much had one or two players completely carrying them. Those two players being James Ward-Prowse, who's been really good for them, and somebody that everybody needs to have in their fantasy teams is got to be Tino Livramento over here. He has been absolutely insane for them. He's still only 19 years old, and he's been doing absolutely insane. Ward-Prowse and Livramento have just been completely carrying this team. Broja has been doing good, but apart from that, I mean, yeah. They've been doing absolutely amazing, these Ward-Prowse and Livramento. But moving on to 11th place now, I am going to put Brighton and Hove Albion. Because they do have some good players in their team. Basuma in the midfield, Malpe, Danny Welbeck up front, Trossard. They McAllister. They have some good choices to make. Shane Duffy was amazing for them at the start of the season. Sanchez has been really good for them in goal. I mean, overall as a team, they've been doing really well. Dunk's not been bad. Veltman, he's a Dutch international. He's been doing good. I mean, the whole team was really good. So now moving on to Crystal Palace. I think they'll finish 10th. Because I think they'll make it into the top half of the table. Because mainly one man, Conor Gallagher. He's been absolutely spectacular for them. This man over here. He has been insane. He's only 21 years old. But he has been absolutely amazing for them. Wilfred Zaha has been on a bit of a dry run, but if he can come back from that, I think he can be doing really, really good. Elise's been good. Edouard, Benteke, Jordan Ayew. I mean, Guaita, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's been an amazing goalkeeper for them. And yeah, I think that they have so many really good players on their team. They have so much potential with Gallagher moving forward. I think this team can do really, really, really well. Because Guaita in goal, I think they can do really well in the upcoming years. Guys, my next team, what position is it? Southampton with 13th, right? No, yeah, Southampton at the 13th. Brighton were 12th and Crystal Palace were 11th, I think. So I think Aston Villa will jump all the way up to 10th because they have made some big boy signings. They have signed 2 massive players. Once again, this hasn't been updated, so you won't see. But they have signed Lucas Dini as well as this man, Felipe Coutinho. Where is he? Here. Coutinho has been absolutely... He is going to be really good for them. Apart from that, Martinez has been absolutely spectacular for them. He has been so good. Matty Cash has done well. Leon Bailey has potential going forward. He's still only young. Watkins can do well. Tyrone Mings. I mean, they've got so many good players on their team. I think that in a couple of years, they can be high up in the top 10. I think they will hang on to 10th place this year, though. And in 9th place, Leicester. Currently in 10th. I think they will bump up one place. I mean, they have had some really good players. Jamie Vardy can do so well for them. Daka can do so well for them. James Maddison has been doing so well. Tielemans has been absolutely amazing in the midfield. I mean, Schmeichel, he can do well for them. He's been on a bit of a dry run. Soyuncu, I mean, they have so much talent in their team that I think they can do really, really well. I think they will bump up to 9th place. They won't win it like they did in 2016, but I think they will bump up to 9th place. And in 8th place, they're currently in 8th place, Wolverhampton Wanderers. I think they will stay in 8th place. I mean, they have some good players. I mean, they have Adama Traore on the wing. Huang He-Chiang. They have Trincao on loan. Sarr in goal. I mean, they have good players in their team. Jimenez has never been quite the same after he came back from injury, but I still think that they do have a good team. I mean, that's obviously how they got to 8th. I think they will not go up. I don't think they will go down either. I think they will stay in 8th place. Which means that in 7th place, not Wolves, in 7th place, or also staying in the same place, Manchester United. the hype was real for them when they signed this man here, Cristiano Ronaldo. But I mean, he's never really done so well for them. They've got so much talent in the team though that I'm not really sure why it's not quite clicked for them. I mean, they've got Ronaldo, Pogba, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, Sancho, Fred, Cavani, Van der Beek, Varane, Maguire, De Gea in goal. All of these players that you see, maybe not Phil Jones and Lingard, but everybody else you see is just like really, really good for them. I mean, Greenwood's still really young. He's, like 20 or something? Yeah, 20. I mean, the whole team is just so good. But it's just not quite clicked for them. I can't tell you why. I couldn't tell you why. But that means in 6th place, no, it's not Tottenham. It's going to be West Ham, who are currently in 4th place. They do have some amazing talent in their team, though. Obviously, Antonio was insane for them at the start of the season. Benrahma was insane for them at the start of the season. Areola in goal. Declan Rice, Bowen, Zuma. They've all been doing well. But, I mean, they've been doing really well. Cresswell to Yarmolenko. The whole team's been doing really well. Mark Noble as well down there. I mean, everybody in this team has done really well. I mean, they're ahead of Manchester United by quite the way. I mean, you have to be doing really, really well to be ahead of a team with that much talent. But that leaves me with 5th place, Arsenal. Yep, they will stay where they currently are. I don't think this is going to be the year. Aubameyang has just not been right for them. Bukayo Saka still really, really young. They have such a young squad. Tomiyasu, Ramsdale's been so good in goal. They have such a young squad though. Smith Rowe, Odegaard, Martinelli, Ben White, all examples of those young players. Tierney, Partey. I mean, they have such a young squad. I think this year they won't quite make Champions League, but I think they will do really, really, really well. But that means, if you haven't known already, that Tottenham Hotspur will make Champions League, and I think this will be the team that's finished that will get 4th place. Harry Kane's been on a bit of a dry run, but I think as soon as he comes back from that, and then you have Son and Kane, that partnership is just unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I mean, Lloris is going in goal. They're probably going to need a new goalkeeper soon. And, I mean, they have a decent team. I think they'll make it through to the Champions League as soon as Kane's off their dry run. Guess what, guys? We finally made it through to the top 3 teams. And in my opinion, the top 3 is going to stay the same. Chelsea are, in my opinion, going to hang on to 3rd place. I mean, they have some good talent in their team. Mendy, Pulisic. They've got young players, Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, Rudiger and Thiago Silva have been amazing in the backline. Reece James, Ben Chilwell, Kante has got so much talent. Timo Werner, Jorginho. They have so many good players. Kovacic, Azpilicueta, Marcos Alonso. They've all been doing so well for them. I mean, their defence especially is so good. One person I didn't say though, Romelu Lukaku, who was meant to be an absolutely massive signing for them. But I mean, he's just never really quite worked with them. He's obviously left them a few years ago, and on his return, he's just not really clicked so well. I mean, he was meant to be an absolute goal machine, but you look at the stats and you see that Reece James and Ben Chilwell have scored more goals than him. So, I mean, I think what Chelsea need next season is a proper goal scorer. So he really quite worked with them. He's obviously left them a few years ago, and on his return, he's just not really clicked so well. I mean, he was meant to be an absolute goal machine, but you look at the stats and you see that Reece James and Ben Chilwell have scored more goals than him. So, I mean, I think what Chelsea need next season is a proper goal scorer, so they can get instead of getting lots of goals from all around, they'll have somebody pumping in the goals for them all the time. And in second place, that means that Liverpool will come second. I mean, look at the team. Mo Salah has been on another world. He's been on another world. Mo Salah has been stupidly insane. He's been on another level to the rest of the world, really. Sadio Mane, it's not even Firmino anymore. They're playing Diogo Jota over him. I mean, Trent Alexander-Arnold has been so good. Firmino's not even making the team these days. Virgil van Dijk, I mean, so much talent. Alisson in goal. Robertson, Lord Karius. Henderson, I mean, Fabinho. I mean, Matip too. Such a good team that Gomez is barely making the bench sometimes. I mean, they have so many good players, and they do have young talent too. Harvey Elliott, obviously Trent Alexander-Arnold. I mean, they have so much talent in their team, both young and old. How old's Tsimikas? No, he's not really that young. But they've, so much young talent as well. Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones leading that. I think their team is going to be good in future. And guess what? Leicester are up 1-0 against Tottenham, which does not help my stuff at all. Because I think Tottenham will make it through to the Champions League, but that's not going to happen if they're losing to Leicester. But now, if you haven't guessed already, Manchester City are going to win the Premier League. Their team is on another level. Kevin De Bruyne, Jack Grealish, Phil Foden, Riyad Mahrez, Raheem Sterling, Rodri, Cancelo. I mean, he deserves a special shout out. He's been so good for them. He's been absolutely amazing. He's converted from right back to left back, and he has been so good, getting the goals, the assists, the clean sheets, everything you could ask for. Bernardo Silva, Gabriel Jesus isn't even making the team. Edison, Gundogan, Ruben Diaz, Zinchenko, Kyle Walker, John Stones isn't even making the team these days with Laporte and Diaz. Speaking of Laporte, he's there. Fernandinho. I mean, the whole team is just on another level. It's unbelievable, their team, with Phil Foden leading the attack. But there you go, guys. I may have made some dubious decisions, especially probably about Everton getting relegated for the first time ever, and Tottenham making it through to the Champions League. They can't even beat Leicester, so I'm a bit nervous about that one. Yep, Leicester up 1-0 against Tottenham in the 29th minute. This is not looking good for my predictions, but guys, like the video if you want to see more of this content. I will be trying to post more frequently now. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this. Yeah, hope you like the video. Bye, guys.